We will be live for the Bengals-Falcons game here on Bengals Breakdown. We'll be doing a watch party, having play-by-play for you, breaking down the game, having some fun as well. The most fun thing I think we do here at Chat Sports is our live watch parties. Do not miss out. Our first ever live stream coming at you guys on Friday, half hour before kickoff. Hit that sub button right now. The Bengals are on the road against the Atlanta Falcons for Week 2 of the NFL Preseason, a 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. As a reminder, it is the preseason. The actual outcome of the game doesn't matter nearly as much as various individual performances. For example, if your fifth-string offensive lineman kills you and that's why you lose, does that really matter? He ain't going to be on your team. It is worth monitoring and figuring out once we know if the starters will be playing for your Cincinnati Bengals. Zac Taylor has kind of left the door open while the Falcons have said they will be playing their starters. So at minimum, we'll get a nice look at the local kid, Desmond Ridder, who of course played at Cincinnati. Now with the Falcons, Bijan Robinson. Can at least enjoy watching those guys play in a game that doesn't matter. If the Bengals do play their starters, I'm not sure all of them will be playing. Like, is T. Higgins going to play? Is Jamar Chase going to play? I kind of doubt it, because what's the benefit? And maybe a little bit of catching passes from Jake Browning, Trevor Siemian, but expectation is Joe Burrow is going to play Week 1. He's not going to play in this game, by the way. If they do play, I doubt they play very long. Maybe a series, 2 or 3. Maybe they take the Jags approach from Week 1 where they get basically 2 drives out there and then call it. So we will keep an eye on if the Bengals play their starters, but in terms of what to watch for coming up here in a little bit, we'll focus on the guys we know are going to play in this game. Before we get to there, though, who do you have winning this one? B for the Bengals, F for the Falcons. It's going to be today's pinned comment, so if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there, type in B for the Bengals, F for the Falcons. The first thing I'll be watching for, I think is pretty straightforward, the backup quarterbacks, namely Trevor Siemian and Jake Browning. I doubt we see any of Reed's in it. Maybe you see some of him in Week 3. The Bengals are going to give Trevor Siemian the shot. Now, Jake Browning was the starter last week in practices and in the games. Now it'll be Siemian's turn, although they will both play once again. Siemian has more experience than Jake Browning does. He's had some time starters. The Bears, the Broncos, etc. Wasn't even all that bad at various times, but the inconsistency in the decision-making, the playmaking, the accuracy has all been a fairly valid red flag. That is why Siemian signed for so little with Cincinnati. Both guys have not impressed yet, if we're being upfront and honest here. Browning's arm strength's not great. Siemian, the accuracy, consistency isn't that great either. Not that Browning's an elite accurate thrower either. He just has some arm strength that's the biggest concern there. I'm waiting on one of these guys to take control of the backup quarterback job. The best available option is Carson Wentz, which isn't really a viable option either. So at a certain level, it really does come down to it's Joe Burrow or bust in Cincinnati. But if he misses a game or two, whether that's now or later, you'd like to win one of those games. Go 500 if at all possible. I don't have much confidence in either guy at this stage. I would like to have a different tune this time next week because one of them impresses in this matchup. So who do you think ends up being quarterback 2 for the Bengals? JB for Jake Browning, TS for Trevor Siemian. Number 2 thing to watch for is the running backs. We'll see if Travion Williams can go or not. That's still a little bit up in the air. I'd like for him to be out there because I want to have some more confidence in him being your true third down back, the pass protector that they don't trust Joe Mixon on. Because it's not, if Williams misses more time, again, keeps the door open for guys like Chase Brown, for Chris Evans. Brown still has work to do as a pass protector. I thought Evans was better in that area. Brown also showed some nice pass catching value. Certainly worth monitoring both of those guys closely, and hopefully one of them emerges and impresses, or it's just Travion Williams and he plays. But that's still a bit up in the air. Now, you're not going to see Joe Burrow. I doubt you see Jamar Chase, but you can rock this awesome Bengals-themed NFL Jam shirt featuring Burrow and Chase. It's on sale. Most of these t-shirt versions are not on sale. This one is. So get yours today at chatsports.com/BengalsJam. That link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. What to watch for number 3? How about all the young corners? I think there's some really good depth at this position. You're not going to see Chidobe Awuzie. If you see Cam Taylor, Britt, Mike Hilton, it won't be for very long, which means it's going to be DJ Turner. Jalen Davis didn't play much, by the way, in the last game, which might be a sign that he's going to make this team, which would then put you at 5 corners already, because you're going to have DJ Turner, you're going to have Awuzie, Taylor, Britt, Hilton, and then it's Allen George, Sidney Jones, DJ Ivey, probably not Marvell Tell, but I have seen a lot of preseason football games because I am an addict. I have no damn life, and the 3rd and 4th string cornerback groups are normally a disaster. These guys are getting cooked out there. The Bengals actually have some pieces there. I mean, DJ Ivey is a 3rd string corner, or Allen George is. That's some really good depth. I can't wait to see them fare against a Falcons team that probably won't try to air it out a ton, and I think you can have some nice plays on the ball from this particular core. What to watch for number 4? That is the offensive line battles. A lot of different position groups to keep an eye out for. Again, we'll see how much, if any, of the starters play. Cody Ford will probably get some run. He's got some run at guard. Does he get some more run at tackle? Where does Akeem Adeniji play, and how do the Bengals plan on using him moving forward? Trey Hill, Max Sharping have kind of gotten some guard and center flipping there. Does Nate Gilliam or Ben Brown get some more center run as the Bengals experiment? How does Jackson Kirkland look? Is Deontay Smith going to be a piece for this Bengals team, making the roster in what could be a year 3 step forward from that perspective? That's all very much still a bit uncertain. And of course, we have to watch Jackson Carman. I thought he was fine in the first half against the Packers, and then, kind of wasn't as good after that. Took a step back, wasn't as impactful, as reliable, kind of got lost in the sauce, I felt like, a few times. So the play of Carman is absolutely a must-watch thing for Cincinnati as they figure out who makes the back end of the roster along the offensive line. So predict the score for me of the Bengals against the Falcons. Mention who you've got winning as well, by the way. Sound off for me in the comments section. Player to watch what to watch for number 5 is a player. That is defensive end, the rookie pass rusher, Myles Murphy. And I'm very curious how much he gets to play and how he looks against a Falcons team that has some offensive line depth issues, as pretty much all teams do. Murphy in 2022 for Clemson had 6.5 sacks, 11 TFLs as well, by the way. He's been kind of buried a little bit to a certain extent on the Bengals depth chart because there's Joseph Asai. They have Trey Hendrickson. They have Sam Hubbard. Murphy's kind of edge 4 right now. He played 34 snaps in week 1 against the Bengals, second most among your edge rushers if we're counting Jeffrey Gunter as a full-time edge there. He had 2 pressures, including a quarterback hit in 23 pass rush snaps. The run D was okay. Pass rush was flashing a little bit there. There's a lot of talent, untapped talent there. I think Murphy is the exact type of guy you keep playing in the preseason. Give him reps. Give him chances. Show some flashes. Build that confidence. Build that arsenal of pass rush moves. And be available for the Bengals because they will need him throughout this 2023 season.